Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show. Before I get on out of here, I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly, it involves Caitlin.
Has Stephen A. Smith recently revealed a secret that might bring to the knees of the WNBA? An amazing report asserts that he has verified the departure of Sophie Hull, Caitlin Clark, and Lexie Hull for a fresh, unthinkable, affluent Saudi basketball league. This isn't merely a rumor going about among the obscure areas of the internet. It's a explosion that might shatter the league separated prior to its current golden age. Has even really started. The narrative starts with a murmur that has developed into a roar, an enterprise worth billions of dollars, referred to as Project B, supported by the wealth of Saudi Arabia that turned the world of golf upside down with live play golf. This new league isn't simply intending to play in the WNBA, it's intending to rule. They are reportedly getting ready to make contract offers so enormous that they are the WNBA's highest. Salaries appear to be a rounding error. The strategy is straightforward: buy the top athletes and produce a worldwide spectacle that nobody can disregard. To completely understand the scope of this danger, we must comprehend Saudi Arabia's overall spending in sports approach. This is not their first endeavor into international sports. The realm has been making methodical investments of billions as part of its 2030 goal, entering sports initiative, a thorough strategy to diversify the economy and move away from oil reliance and transform the nation's global perception. The purpose of live golf is the blueprint. When it first came out, critics disregarded it as a project of vanity that would never be able to draw in top talent. Next, the offers began to come in. $125 million in order to Phil Mickelson, purportedly worth $200 million. For Dustin Johnson, and enormous contracts for other players on the PGA Tour. The golf club was totally caught off guard, and the sport broke into rival groups practically overnight. The same amount of money is currently being intended for women's basketball as well as the WNBA seems equally unprepared. However, the narrative takes a drastic turn at this point. Although Stephen A. is stated in the title, Smith acknowledged the action, but the reality is much more intricate and illuminating. Smith has not disclosed a contract that has been signed. Rather, he has been yelling from the rooftops regarding the largest, its enormous salary disparity is a hazardous secret. He has brought attention to the ridiculous financial discrepancy, demonstrating how the league's structure has lost its greatest stars, susceptible to being stolen by the highest bidder. His actual affirmation wasn't an agreement, but rather the WNBA's obvious vulnerability. The role of Stephen A. Smith cannot be overstated in this story. Being among the most well-known voices in sports media, his analysis doesn't simply mirror reality, it molds it. When he discusses the salary gap, he's not just reporting in the WNBA facts. He is exerting pressure and making awkward discussions and possibly affecting the player choices. His platform extends millions, including the athletes themselves, their representatives, and the decision-makers in charge of the league. Money. Smith's approach to commentary has been methodical. He has contrasted WNBA wages to NBA players, emphasizing the income Caitlin Clark produces in contrast to what she earns, and depicted an image of systemic underestimation. Whether deliberate or not, this story makes any significant offer from a rival leagues appear to be more than merely appealing, but morally sound. It changes, abandoning the WNBA in favor of self-promotion. In the middle of this, Caitlin Clark is a financial hurricane. When she joined the WNBA, cultural phenomena, viewership, ticket costs, and sales of merchandise up into the atmosphere. She brings in millions for the league. However, her rookie contract gives her a pay of almost $78,000 during the season of 2025. This startling number, which is why the Saudi League, the rumor seems so real. It's a business reality that creates a multi-million-dollar offer, not only tempting but very difficult to refuse. The impact of Caitlin Clark is among the most dramatic impacts of single players in modern sports. The past. Think about the figures. Indiana Fever attendance rose by more than 400% throughout her first season. Ratings for television for Clark's games destroyed the WNBA records with a few draws from matchups. Amount of viewers that were comparable to the NBA games in the playoffs. Sales of goods erupted, with Clark jerseys becoming as the league's top sellers in a few of weeks. Her first appearance. However, in spite of producing this unparalleled worth, she is constrained by a rookie scale agreement that was long before anyone could. They negotiated. Anticipate the incredible star power she possesses. This results in a significant economic unfairness that even uninformed spectators can acknowledge. If Clark were to get an offer of $10 million, $20 million, or even $50 million a year from a Saudi-backed league, how could anyone say that she shouldn't think about it? The space between her creation of value and pay is so enormous that it becomes indisputable. Clark's circumstances also demonstrate a enduring difficulty in women's sports. The issue with time. When a league acknowledges its transformative celebrity who can lead a whole sport to new heights, the player is frequently locked into agreements that don't accurately represent their actual market value. In sports for guys, well-established leagues pay structures that are able to swiftly adapt to pay superstars. The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement, but bargained with the best of intentions, has developed a mechanism that unintentionally makes its biggest stars the most susceptible to outside proposals. Additionally, what transpired subsequently demonstrates how calculated this is. A possible raid on WNBA talent. Lexie and Sophie Hull's participation in this rumor is not unintentional. As cherished Clark's teammates, their purported a strategic master would leave. Stroke. A competing league wouldn't simply be obtaining the game's biggest star. They would purchase a pre-built chemistry and destroying a marquee franchise in a single disastrous action. It's a corporate power grab masquerading as a headline about sports. The inclusion of all sisters in these rumors show that smart reasoning by whoever is responsible for this potential acquisition of talent in the workplace, chemistry, athletics, and established relationships are frequently underappreciated. Resources. Players with prior on-court experience, rapport, who comprehend one another's inclinations and who have demonstrated that they can win together, serve as a shortcut that no amount of money can be purchased with ease. Clark's college teammate was Sophie Hull at Iowa, with Lexie Hull playing alongside the Indiana Fever and Clark. These aren't sporadic connectivity. They're connections made through countless games, exercises, and shared experiences. If a brand new league could obtain all three at the same time, they wouldn't only be developing talent, individual participants. They would receive a ready-made core that might compete at the greatest possible level. This is the type of strategic thinking that recommends careful preparation and resources. Behind these rumors regarding the Indiana losing these three players, Fever, would be disastrous. The company has developed its whole revival centered on Caitlin Clark's celebrity strength. Following years of mediocrity, they abruptly become relevant. Crowded arenas, and a real route to victory. Dispute. It would be terrible to lose Clark by himself. However, losing her and the Hull, in essence, sisters would reset the franchise to zero, eliminating years of growth and financial commitment to a single stroke. Additionally, this sends a message to all other WNBA teams. There is no safe team. There is no safe core. Moreover, the conventional benefits of established leagues, customs, history, current fan bases might not be important when confronting limitless financial resources. However, that wasn't the entire tale. Although the world was preoccupied with conjecture, silently, the first domino dropped. During a move that caused a stir in the sport, Neko Amick, a former MVP of the WNBA and the current WNBA Players President Association, was verified as the initial player to join the Saudi-backed Project B. Everything was altered by this. The threat was no longer speculative. The league was genuine. The signing was active. Players, and it was aimed for the very core of the leadership of the WNBA. No. According to reports, Amiki signed weight well beyond her substantial on-court skills. As the head of the WNBA Players Association, she was literally the players' voices in discussions with the league. Her, if confirmed, departure signifies a significant vote of no confidence in the WNBA's capacity or readiness to sufficiently make up for its stars. This makes a scenario nearly impossible for the WNBA. How do they bargain with players when their own union? Has the president changed his mind? How do they assert that athletes ought to stay faithful to a league where their own leadership seems to have given up? The optics are catastrophic, and the useful consequences for upcoming collective. There is a lot of bargaining. Prior to Awiki's alleged signature project, B might be written off as conjecture, gossip, or even false information. Former MVP and current players. The president of the association signs everything. Alterations. All other rumors suddenly gain legitimacy. If Amiki accepted the proposal, if you were serious enough to sign, why wouldn't you? Clark, Caitlin? Why wouldn't any participant? This breakthrough in trustworthiness is precisely what a new league must do to get past the players' innate distrust regarding abandoning well-established organizations. The initial signature is consistently the most difficult to obtain. Someone is needed, ready to take a chance on an unproven entity. After that obstacle is removed, the floodgates may open. In the middle of this pandemonium, from the summit, the silence is overwhelming. As rumors of enormous bids circulate, and the big star has already left the league, and the athletes at the heart of the storm has been unsettlingly silent. This absence of confirmation or denial has established a breeding ground for conjecture. Are hurried talks taking place behind closed doors in order to avoid a mass exodus? Or is there nothing the WNBA can do to prevent this? Financial assault? Why hasn't Caitlin, WNBA, the Hull sisters, or Clark? Clear denials were provided by the leadership? There are a number of potential possibilities, but none of them especially consoling for the league. Negotiating leverage. It's possible that players and their agents are employing these rumors as leverage in continuous contract talks with the WNBA or their present teams. By staying, they remain silent, maintaining the threat, and strengthen their negotiating position. Denial would remove that advantage immediately.